Morning, everybody. Hope you're all doing well. Reminder that everything we're about to do is for theoretical and demo trading purposes only. This is only for education and entertainment, but glad you guys are here. Let's go ahead and jump right on in. You guys can just confirm that you can see my screen. I'll start talking to you about what markets have done and what we're looking at. Things are about to happen. But just let me know that you guys can see the screen, okay? It looks good on my end. Sweet. And if you guys have any questions, just feel free to let our moderators know. They can answer, and then I'll also try to hop on and answer things that I see you guys popping up as well. So yeah. Whoop. Hopefully the screen doesn't move on you guys. Make sure I'm okay. Sweet. So the goal with this session is we'll be using our indicator in a live situation. We'll be seeing how prices are moving. I'll talk to you about what they have done, what they look like they're about to do, and most importantly, try to navigate the volatility that's going to kick in from the New York Open as well as the lovely silver bullet session. If any of you guys are ICT type traders, that volatility kicks in after the first half hour of markets. So we'll be navigating that together, and I'm excited to do that with you guys. So feel free to layer on your questions. Right now, before New York is open, these are the futures markets that we're looking at. So hold on, this is on crypto. Let me fix that real quick. There we go. Right now, this is what we're looking at. Pop all these bad boys. I'm going to stick on 15 minutes. You can use our indicator with any time frame, but we train on using the 30-minute first as the bigger confirmation builder, and then we jump into 15-minute and 5-minute. So the goal of the system is to see something like this, that right now we are entering into a box that we label as like our swing system, and I'll turn off our companion app indicator. We can see that yesterday it absolutely did its job, that this is the swing part of the system. So you guys have seen our socials before, that this is the box that we look to enter for price to reject from a swing point of view. If price now during New York Open or the silver bullet session closes above this box right here, then we look to play up here. If you are a veteran trader and you have reasons that you're looking for price to go up, whether it's to take any of these smaller amounts of liquidity. This is yesterday. This is the London session. Let me move this down so you can see better the times that are on the bottom. But if you're someone who likes to play the London session, this is all still a part of London, and you're just looking to come snap that liquidity, there'd be a higher probability today that if price closes above these trapped liquidity sides for the day, then there's a higher probability it's going to go up versus just taking the liquidity and rejecting and going down. So for us, using the indicator, this is simply just, you can call it a reversal box until closing above. So if price comes down today where it already is, we're already looking for something like this at New York Open to now push down to the box lower, is how we would view the New York Open price in about 10 minutes. And what we do with True Algo, and we do this every day with our members live. So even though we just had the holiday on Monday, yesterday we were on live for an hour with our members going through the market open. And so now we'll be watching today, be doing this with at least an hour with you guys as well to help. And what we'll be watching is, this is the overall goal to get down for, this is for you ES, SPX, SPY folks. And then that would also come right near the New York low, so that's interesting. This is our companion app. You see it adds all these extra lines. I can shut them off. So if you're someone who likes to trade sessions, you can pop the sessions on. If you're a silver bullet trader, you can turn everything off but the silver bullets. If you like to have the opens on, our scalp target is something that we're kind of known for. And when I pop this on now, if I turn the sessions off, this will show the previous days. Let me turn those off too. We put all these things on there so if people want to be able to detail it to themselves, they can. So one of the things that you guys have probably seen of our socials, or if you're not, I'll make this bigger over here. In the top right of my chart right now, and you might have seen this, but if not, you see right here, this thing prints our daily scalp target by True Algo, prints, and today there was an 88.7% chance for price to get there. And it's a little blue line you see running across your screen right here. And then in those socials, I think something that's easy to be taken for granted is we talk about when price clears it. If it closes above, you look to target the box higher. If it closes below, you look to target the box lower. You can clearly see here, if I just extend the line across the entire chart, we have yet to close a single candle below it. And that's why we continue to go to the upper box. So when New York opens and that silver bullet session kicks in, if we get a close below this scalp target that's running across the screen right here, that can be another confluence builder that we're going to push down to this box for New York, which would produce quite the move. We're talking about somewhere around like 80 ticks or over 20 handles just on the ES. And you can do that on the micro side, which I'm on. You don't even have to be on the minis. If you're someone who needs lower volatility, if you're managing a funding account and you want to try to not get wicked out of your positions very quickly and then lose money on the funding account so quick that your funding account gets blown. And that's usually what happens. It's already hard enough to get a funding account and then you blow it. When you do have it, this can sort of help you map out ideas ahead of time, and then you build confluences on whatever tools you're already using. So that's what we'll be watching here when New York opens. And what I'll do now, and I do this for members every morning, I'll flip through other assets and see where they're at, and if they disagree or they agree, or if they're going to go in the opposite direction. So that's the idea here on the ES. And then if we get a close into our box, so let's say New York opens and does this instead, and we get a close right here, then we'll be looking, like we said earlier, to travel to the other side of the box. And then from here can then look to go down or close above and go higher as well. So you can map out your ideas really quickly. The NQ folks, so those of you that like to be on the NQ, this was pretty wicked yesterday. I mean, you got as high up in our swing box, this has been here for the entire week, as possible, and never closed a candle. Nice little stop hunt, and then offering these little scalps down. Where do you get worried about being in that short position is when price closes above the box. Again, this box has been here for the entire week for our members, and I mean, it's to the tick, still holding. So it does look like New York wants to push up on the NQ. That would make me lean slightly bullish now for the NQ as I look through different assets. But most importantly, every asset doesn't have to move the exact same direction as each other. So the NQ is very close to getting a close above to then want to push higher for this New York Open. One thing I wanted to point out for all of our current members, and something I was just explaining to you, the new folks, is down here is that same scalp target that hasn't been cleared. And then right here, I can see that today there's an 85% chance that this is going to get touched. So there is an opportunity to get down here and clear that target. So hopefully we'll get to see that on stream, and we shall see. But that has not been cleared just yet. The NQ, similarly to yesterday, when we were live with our markets, with our members yesterday, right here, we were butting up against one of our smaller daily boxes, and you can see this clean breakthrough and then got into our swing system, which is what we're at now. And so that's what we'll be watching. Very close to having a bullish breakout for the NQ folks. And then lastly, if you're a US 30 person, and then note that the ES version is still right here on the left side of your screen going well. If you are, you might be able to hear me a little better. I'm moving my microphone. If you are a a US 30 person, this is over here on the right side of my screen. You have perfectly rejected yesterday from the swing box, which is this area. You had a perfect change of character market structure break right there. Also, if you're someone who uses golden pockets and you're like, I'm not sure if this is where I should short and this golden pocket will hold, and this is where I want to show you how good our indicator is. If you're a golden pocket trader, you were waiting for this to be tapped so you could go short. but you see how the bots never got there, but it did get into our swing system. It offered another bearish close, and then we see multiple back tests inside of our system to push it down. And now US 30 folks, we are looking to be bearish to push lower to this box at this open. And this is how I do this with members every day. I just want to show you, like you all as well, our goal here is to be here for people that are serious, that are trying to learn how to navigate through markets better, that have some type of background, that they've spent a little bit of time on charts. We're not a buy-sell signal service. We offer a coaching service that you get included with the indicator, and the indicator works 24/7. But I just want to show you, that's the scalp target right here where I just added that yellow line. The NQ hasn't cleared that. You saw just a little bit ago on the stream, the ES did clear it and closed above and went straight back to the top box. We have not gotten a bearish close until this point here. And now stop hunt, and now we've closed below that scalp target. So the US 30 is that one that's leaning more bearish than bullish to get down here. So maybe the US 30 will continue to lead us down as the ES is as well. You can see the ES is still going good. You don't have to wait for New York to open. That's the good thing about our indicator. You can use it for whenever you want to enter into anything. You don't have to wait for New York to open. NQ is also still going well too. Reminder that we'll be bullish on the NQ when it can close above our box. I'm going to quickly check the Forex markets. Oof. So, this is beautiful. So real quick, for our current members, as you guys are paying attention, and I'm trying to teach the newer folks too, and we don't take for granted that people aren't still learning no matter what. Right here, guys, this is our swing box. You've seen this in our socials too. This is our biggest version of our swings. This is where, for a weekly period, this is where price tends to get the lowest and then push up. This is DXY. So DXY is hitting the area where we want it to build bullishness to push up. And if DXY does that, the euro will come pushing down. We call this a double stack of our boxes. You can see right here we have a smaller box stacked inside a much bigger box, like that. And that's telling us it takes a whole lot more power today from the algorithm to push price through both sets of boxes. So what that tells us is the euro is at an area where it can close bearish to push down in our system, while DXY is at an area where it can close bullish in our system. And I believe the day box is off. Yep. So you'll see right here, you're going to see new boxes be added to DXY. Just now it was on swing mode, which looks glorious. Oh my God, it's beautiful. So look, just showing you how the algorithm works for us. This bigger box, swing box. Our traders can make plans for the entire week of where they expect price to go. And then right here is that day box. So this is how you can build confluence if you're someone who struggles to build confluence. This is on a day where you expect price to look to build bullishness on DXY before it trends bearish. At the same exact time, on your right side of the screen, the euro is smacking into the opposite, which means it's looking for places on a day to now flip bearish until it starts to trend bullish. So these are the things you want to see if you're Forex, where the confluence is building on top of each other. So this is what we'll be looking for. Whether it does this version here or now does this version here is what we'll be looking for on DXY. If DXY goes up, we'll look for indexes to be bearish. And then real quick, commodity folks, oil already had a gorgeous rejection from the swing box to push down. No bullishness yesterday, bearishness as we go through the system with bullish candles. We just continue to go up. We talked about that live yesterday. You can rewatch the video if you join. We put the live streams on our website for our members. Silver is looking good to bullishly get straight back up to the opens again. Gold, you need to wait for a close above our box to then look for reasons to go higher. If not, this is an area where gold is going to consolidate and trap people. So if you guys can remember that gold's not in the best place right now, wait for a close slightly higher. New York is just about to pop, and there's New York. Always set my alarm so I don't miss it. Give me 1 second, I'm going to grab a drink. I think one of the biggest issues retail traders make is they have that FOMO that the markets are now open and they must enter. And that's not something that you have to do. Right now, the NQ, I'll just navigate with you guys live. We are testing the top of our box. Reminder that, and you can see the bots are already selling on it to the tick. There it goes. That's why we wouldn't chase that candle up. There's no reason to. You have to get a close now as we pushed out those first initial shorters. We're now above this. When price closes above that, you can use a smaller time frame. We can look to push up. And just now we tested the New York high on the NQ. And this is what I was talking to you guys about, that like with our system, you'll see assets you would expect that the ES, the NQ, US 30 all go the same direction. And right now the NQ is going super bullish. US 30, you are dumping and continuing the short. Look at US 30 on the right side of your screen. Absolutely wrong asset. Right here. NQ, if you're a scalper and you want to be super aggressive, where the circle is, that's on you. I would much rather wait for some type of 5-minute candle to confirm close above this box, because what happens is retail traders will get trapped up here on the NQ because they don't have our boxes and they don't wait for the candle confirmation. Note the US 30 short is going absolutely gorgeous, and then note the ES short is working still from the opening of the stream. And this is something I want to point out that a lot of people miss in markets. I told you this one was at a little bit of a harder place because it was at the top of the box, but the NQ could be more bullish, and then we'll check other assets to see if they confluence or they conflict with what's going on. You see the struggles now, and then everything else has dumped. We'll check DXY. We should pump a little bit. Current candle's slightly red. The euro is going to remain bullish right now until it can close bearish. We teach you guys that in our socials, and for those of you guys that have been here, this candle has to close bearish now to confirm the bearish move downwards. Same thing like this candle, though it's green, like I just told you, the higher probability for DXY for Forex folks, it's green, it needs to close green. And so we'll keep checking back. These are 15-minute candles. I'll check it on a 5-minute. Gold is above. Silver's already playing out, by the way. So if you're someone who wants to join a place where coaches can flip through the assets really quickly and help you, I think that's the one of the things we do better than most people. Right now, silver, the long idea is playing out to get to opens. Gold, you're already seeing the consolidation. Look at it. You see, that's the one plan that is so good about our system. Like we can talk about very quickly. Silver is the higher probability. Gold is not. Look at the candle on gold. Same time frame. You see how gold's just sitting at the open price, but silver pumped up huge. DXY still green, euro forming that red bearishness, and now indexes are starting to consolidate and push people up and out of their positions. We still haven't even had a 5-minute close, so very important to wait for these 2 minutes that'll go by. That scalp target is so gnarly right now on the ES. Look at this scalp target, folks. To the tick, price comes down where it opened, right there, and then our scalp target. I told you, that's why that circle's here. Until you get a close below that scalp target, we will not target the next box lower. And right now we're about to retest our box here. So had that nice opening bullish scalp. If that's something that you took, we did open below. We had our short open from the earlier candle. And now looking to come test the box, you close above this circle, which is our open. And inside of our box, we can look to finish this targeted view right here. We still haven't even had our first 5-minute candle. This is the mistake that we were talking about earlier that a lot of traders make, that they jump into candles way too quickly instead of just letting that first little volatility kick in and take the initial people who jump in and just 50% they go long, 50% they go short, and they try to see which works out best. I'm just waiting for this first candle close. You can see right now the ES, let me get the position out of the way. The ES right now is butting into our box. Trying to get some of this stuff out of the way so it doesn't distract the eyes too much. And there's that next circle close. But you see how the bots are starting to take profit right here on the left side of your screen for your ES, SPX, SPY. Folks, that's why we use a candle close above the box. Or in it, not right on the line. You can see the bots are struggling to break through it. US 30, folks. And this is a nuanced thing. If you're a US 30 trader and you're wanting to go long, you wouldn't just use a long idea right here slightly above our box today. This is a nuanced thing. And so this would be a 3-to-1, which is fantastic. What we would rather get is a close above the open price up here, and then you can use a tighter stop and then whether you're targeting the top of our next box, the New York high liquidity to be taken. But if you put your entrance idea right above this box just for today, you'd be longing right into the opens, and that could be a real easy time to price to push up, wick you out of your position. You get upset because you knew that it would go up, but now you got stopped out. And what do the markets do? They do that. This happens to us a lot. So this is what the coaching helps, and I think our companion indicator, you don't have to use this. You can literally just turn it off and then have none of that in the way. And you can see the box is just terrifically doing its job. But if you're someone who has experience in markets and you want to use some things to help you, whether it be sessions or opens or things like that, then you can see it like so, that you'd want a higher close today to enter long on US 30 because you don't want to long into the open price. Would just be a suggestion. We got our first 5-minute close. So if you're a 5-minute trader, see that circle? We've closed above now. ES has not closed above, neither has US 30, but the NQ long idea is now active to now continue this push up. You notice too that it didn't close right above the line or right on it. It closed above the box, which is what you want to see. And then until we get a bearish candle close back into the box, doesn't matter, the current candle's red, now it's green. Once you get a bearish candle close, you can look for something like so. We also want to note that New York immediately pushed above open on the NQ to remain bullish. DXY and Euro, Forex folks, you're still pretty much in the same exact position you started at today. I'm going to check some other Forex pairs. Excuse me. The pound, super bullish earlier today. Right now the pound looks like it's holding our swing box and our day box. So until the pound gets down here, no reason to go lower. Looks like the pound wants a continuous bullish momentum upwards right now. I'm going to check the Aussie. Aussie looks super bullish as well. If you're an Aussie trader, once you get a close above this box, then we can look to go higher up here. If not, you'd have to get an acceptance back in this box to push lower. So really quickly, we can flip between assets and find a point of view of what would be the best idea take. Gold looks like it's still, gold pushed up and finished the idea. Commodities are my favorite asset. I don't try to push my bias on everybody, but the members, you guys know how I feel about commodities. You can see the gold idea played out immediately in the first candle, and silver has completed its first idea too. So gold, big wick down already to sell off, but silver has finished its idea. Once we get a close above opens, we'll look to finish this idea of the ending of the London session to go box to box, like so. Gold has already gone box to box. So this is a place where gold, again, I told you he's going to consolidate, but that idea is finished. I haven't added this. It's just, it was already here from the first part of the stream. You guys can go check it. And then back over to indexes now. And this is what we're talking about. Like when you use really, really small candles, you have to have very aggressive strategies. I try to stay on 15-minute candles. I'll flip between 5 and then 30 minutes based on specific assets. We're 7 minutes away from the first 15-minute candle close of New York. So right now, this is what it looks like on a 15. And I'll show you some techniques where we've been teaching people. So I know in less than a minute now, I'm going to get another 5-minute candle close. And it's going to tell quite the story of what markets are going to do. And just stick around with me so we can teach you guys this, whether you decide to join us or you're just looking at new ways to view markets. I want to show you how time frames are what the bots, the algorithm, operate on, and they mess with retail traders who can't hold a position. A lot of times it's not even the stop that gets you because of the money that goes down on the play. It's because they know you can't hold a position long enough before it plays out the way you want. So we get a close in less than a minute. Let me show you what we're going to do looking at the NQ now. The NQ is the only one that had that single bullish close on a 5-minute, and you can see that red candle now is back testing our box from a 5-minute perspective. This next candle close is super crucial for that. And then members, we've been talking, there's that new candle. You have a bearish candle that closed, and now you have a new candle on a 5-minute that's pushed down. So what we talk about is, if you guys focus on, I'll make it bigger, the center of our screen, this candle, if this next 5-minute candle closes in our box any type of long idea is negated. But you can see when you zoom in on a 5-minute perspective, let me turn the companion off. You see how these candles are wicking into our box right now? These are New York candles. You can tell also because they're bigger. How it's wicking right into our box. And the box is being held as support for now. In less than 5 minutes, we'll get a 15-minute close. This is the first 15-minute New York candle. Most traders, when they trade New York, they'll take 4 trades before the first 15 minutes even has concluded. And so when you have that red candle sell and you start to get really nervous, if you go to a 5-minute, when this came and pushed down and goes into the box, there's your entrance area to get a quick scalp long with a really tight stop. But in 3.5 minutes now, we'll get our first 15-minute close. And if this candle closes above the box, now you have 2 confluences, both on a 5-minute and on a 15-minute, that you can remain bullish. And then in 15 minutes after that, you'll get another 30-minute candle close. So you can stack time frame confluences, but look how we're different than other people. The box is not going to change. I'm just talking about if you're someone who uses candle closes and wicks, you can use it based off of time frames, but the box remains the same, which is the predictive part. This is where we expect price to struggle until it closes above, and then you get a bullish breakout. And we've seen that this whole week. US 30, you're almost to the target now. US 30 gets up here and gets accepted, closes. We can look for this remainder of this bullishness, but you're going to see US 30 live right now. It's hitting this target where when this candle closes, if it closes in this box, it needs to close slightly above open. You can see the bots are taking profit right there at the open price, live. There it is. And that's why it needs a close above open to have that bullishness to continue. That also would have acceptance in the box that we'll be watching. NQ still struggling like crazy at the top of our box. Notice how like the circle is where like we look for the closes to occur. And right now, you can see the NQ is sold off. And the wicks are nasty. Look at that wick sitting in the box. That's why we talk about having a slightly higher time frame close than what most people are used to. Most people are going to rock 5 minutes, 3 minutes, 1 minute charts. And man, you've got to have some type of patience in markets if you're going to roll with 1 minute. Yes, you can get very tight stops, but you're going to be stopped out a whole lot more than you want, which can mess with your psyche a whole lot more. Notice the US 30, folks, over here on the right side of your screen, you are struggling right at the entrance idea that we talked about, where that open price is. And now all 3 assets are, let me put this back on, either smacking into their opens or they're above their open. If we can just get a close in the next 2 minutes, slightly higher on the ES and slightly higher on the US 30, that will mean all 3 are building confluence to have bullishness for the majority of this open. DXY is fully playing out that view that we drew earlier, which means the euro has now pushed up slightly higher into our box. None of these candles are red. So for our members, as we teach, you have to have, and you guys have seen this in our socials, but its details matter. Just showing you. There was a scalp short earlier on DXY right here, but you see these candles, and we teach you guys this in our socials, and we teach this to our members. There's no bearish candle close in this box, so price didn't reverse bearish because this is where it should close bearish. You have a single bearish candle close here, but it's back testing our box, so there's no reason to go short. It has to get below the box to want to short, and it doesn't. And now it pushes back up, and you just have green candle, green candle, green candle closes. There's no reason to fight this. You don't try to snipe the absolute top on euro until, that's why I said you have to get a bearish candle close. And now you have boxes stacked on top of each other. We talked to you guys earlier on the euro, and those boxes are still being flipped to being bullish. So the euro will continue to go up until it gets a bearish candle close. NQ is now back above that target's entrance area. US 30 is as close as you can get to having that target to be reached. We are less than a minute from a close. If we get this close just above the opens on those 2, there's the close. It is on it, like literally to the tick. Notice US 30, you did not close above, but you are in the box now. ES, you are closed above the, well, it's on the open. You see that right here, guys? I know it's real small on your screen. And this is where you can see 5-minute bullish candles as it's pushing up. trying to take that liquidity earlier from the London high. NQ again getting battered. US 30 struggling with the open, as is ES. This is why I talk to you guys, just so you can see it live with the live coaching to help. You see the circle, but you see where the entrance price is? This is the entrance price. And this is what can help with the live sessions. Most people, as soon as that gets a close in the box, it's a nuanced thing that they would long immediately. The problem is, and this is why I told you my entrance criteria for the US 30 would be a long slightly higher, because, and rewind the tape, what, 10 minutes? Sorry, not even 10 minutes, 5 minutes. I told you that the open is going to cause a problem, and that's why I would not put my entrance down here. I would put my entrance above, slightly above open, to have more bullishness push up. And right now we are back testing the box, lose it, and then now we'll come to fill this fair value gap if you're one of those types of traders. NQ still holding the box. You can see, look at the circle on ES, just to show you that what we're saying is what was happening. Nothing is 100%, but just showing you what we're talking about. Look, see the circle? The circle is where you want the close. You see how we didn't close? Because the ES, though it got into the box, the nuance today, and markets have nuances every day. That's why we do this on live. It stopped right to the tick below open. That's why this initial candle is bearish. Where do you get bearish? When this candle closes bearish and then can push down lower. NQ is still holding the box. Let me know if the circles are all distracting you and I can delete them off the screen. Euro still holding towards the top. Gold, folks, back testing again. That full point of view on silver is to the tick now. It has actually hit the weekly open that we talked about on silver, reversing from the box earlier. And just give me 1 second. I'm seeing questions in our Discord that I'm trying to answer. You always can ask questions. We're here to help you. So one of the things that I'm seeing, there's questions in our Discord. Folks, all of our assets are custom. So these are using CME, and the CME, it uses data. So if you want live, you have to pay TradingView for that. But if you're someone who uses like the NQ or ES, SPX, or NAS 500, things like that, and you're using those assets, our boxes will look slightly different on every asset because they're custom to that asset. So just something to note if you don't want to use a CME version of the NQ or the ES or the YM for you US 30 folks. Notice that NQ, and I was talking to you guys before, if we get bullish candle closes on a very small time frame, this is the 5 minute. You see the consolidation that's happening right here? Watch how the circles change from a time screen perspective. Check this out. These are just 5 minute candles, and we teach 30-minute candles. We have filled this first 5 minute fair value gap, by the way. But now look at the 15-minute. You've gotten a single 15-minute close, and members of our group already, this is the stuff that we're talking to you guys about, having a better or a more effective entrance strategy. This is the first 15-minute candle close above the box. We have yet to have a 30-minute candle close. So when you look at the 30-minute perspective, you guys see the circles, how there's no close in the circles yet? This box is still doing its job, and this is why we teach members a 30-minute time frame. It teaches patience. It teaches you to look for ideas versus trying to force the markets to do something in the first 19 minutes that it's open. So in 11 minutes, we will get our first 30-minute candle close. If this 30-minute candle closes, and we said this earlier, above this box, that means the 30-minute, the 15-minute, and the 5-minute will all confirm a bullish breakout on the NQ. And that's how you can build layers of confluence. The box does not change. The box is predictive. It's already there. It doesn't change on the time frames. And there's another 5-minute close right above the box. You can see New York is starting, even though there's these red candles. You guys zoom in. You see this? You see how New York is holding the box with every close. Those bots are defending it. So what happens is we get a 15-minute close again. This first right here, you can see it's still holding the line. And this is how you can use the time frame confirmation candles to help build reasons for price to go up or down from our boxes. And that first 30-minute close doesn't happen for 10 minutes. There's a lot of people who won't even enter the markets in the first 30. They'll just view the market. So this can be, you can have, right now we might have 4 or 5 bullish confirmation candle closes in the next 10 minutes to help push price up when you would look to enter in the markets, and if you just watch the first 30 minutes. And don't worry, we'll get to do it here because we're not leaving. We're staying on here live, so you'll get to watch it for me. My plan is to stay on here for another hour. Once we get to this next 10 minutes, that'll be the first 30 minutes of the market, but my plan is to stay on longer to help you guys. So make sure you're asking questions. US 30, we are as close as you can get to the entrance point for that bullishness to flip. Same thing with the ES, as it's struggling with the open, but it's trying to get above it. Euro is now playing out that full DXY. But I like this because we teach our members that typically markets follow DXY, as including the indexes, that if the DXY is bearish, markets tend to be bullish, especially the euro, but the indexes will be slightly bullish too. So I really like that we are losing this day box. We're dipping into the gigantic swing box. If you guys look towards the bottom right of this screen and the top right of this screen, you'll see the biases. Daily, weekly bias right now is bearish, and now we're getting a trend bearish right now on DXY. That means markets, the euro should be pushing more bullish than bearish as markets move the opposite direction of DXY typically. We've now got to the next open target on silver. When silver closes above these two, we can look for silver to complete its view up to the next box higher, which is up there, folks. Silver, the commodities going great. Gold still holding our box over here. Oil consolidating at the top of our box. And there's the bigger bullish push-up right now on the ES. It's testing the entrance criteria. Watch, I'm just showing that I'm not cheating. I'm just going to move this over. Once it closes in that circle, that's that confluence builder to have this move right here play out. US 30 looking great. We never got a candle close below. All this consolidation that can trip people up on the NQ. This is why I was talking to you guys earlier about this. When you're on really small candles, you got to deal with this consolidation. In the next 3 minutes, we'll get another 5-minute candle close. So for all of our current members, this is that new strategy we're trying to teach you guys. We update our strategies regularly based off of feedback and based off how markets change, because they're always changing. You have to be fluid. Right now, in 2 minutes, less than 2 minutes now, like I was saying earlier, guys, we're going to get another candle close. If this candle closes above our box, that is another confirmation of a bullish hold. Then we are 5 minutes away from a 30-minute candle close, which is the one we prefer. It'll give us our second 15-minute candle bullish close. So you guys see what I'm saying? You're going to get multiple 5-minute. Every single 5-minute candle has been bullish because it's closed above the box. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then in the next 2 minutes, if we close above, that 6 bullish candle closes. It'll be 2 15-minute bullish candle closes above our box. Again, note the box is not moved. It's just the candles. And it'll give you a first time 30-minute candle close bullish. So we would get a bullish run most likely from the indexes here. And that's how that strategy we're trying to teach you guys for our current members who might be having a little bit of issues with entries and stops. I know that's probably the biggest challenge that most people face. They sort of know which direction markets are going to go or they want them to go, but then they struggle with an entrance strategy. Note the NQ looking, US 30 looking great. The ES, folks, you have now tapped into the circle. If you guys are okay, I'm just going to move my circle over. That's where we need it to close here, and then I'm going to move this bad boy over as well. So watching for this to happen. That close, that 5-minute close is in less than a minute, and then we are 5 minutes from the bigger close of markets. So all watching this together live. DXY looks great, super bearish. Euro is super bullish. Let it continue going up. There's no reason to short the euro right now. Look for reasons for price to go up, not lower. If I need to put the note. No reason to go lower right now until below the box. Bullishness continues. This is the stuff that you guys see in our socials and people who have been wronged by other indicators. We get it. You guys see these green candles that I was talking about? I mean, look at every single one. Every time you're at a box, it's been nothing but green. That means reasons to hold the longs. Reasons to hold the longs. And now look at the move. If you want to catch 60, 80, 100 pips in a day, this is the way to do it, because you can predict the moves with the boxes. You need this bearish candle right here to close in this box to then go lower. Instead, what we talk about being predictive, the candle has closed above the box, it backtests the box, and now we push to the next box higher. That's what we teach you. You see it in the socials, and now you're seeing it with live candles. There's no reason for the euro to go down until we get a bearish candle close. And as you can see, we're now headed up to the swing box on the euro. We got another 5-minute close. I already know it's going to be closed above the box. That means, look at the US 30, folks. You now have bullish candle closes above the box, above the box and open. ES, SPX, SPY, folks. This is where I get worried that I have too many drawings and then it starts distracting you. And I apologize. If it is, just let us know in the comments. But now, SPX, SPY, you've got a 5-minute close. You have yet to have a 15. Well, you did have a 15-minute as well. And then that 30-minute important close is in 4 minutes. So we are very close to having every asset on indices have a bullish confirmation close from all time frames, 5-minute, 15-minute, 30-minute. You've already had opportunities if you wanted to take a position earlier. But if you're someone who wants to use the tutorials as designed, if you're someone who doesn't have a lot of experience in markets, this is why we talk about 30 minutes confirmations, which can really help you. I haven't really looked at crypto too much. Crypto's very easy right now. Just really fast. I know a lot of people aren't interested in crypto. This is the Ethereum earlier today. If you're an ETH trader, you came down, smacked into our first level of our short box. It closes bullish, and you can see the bullish move. And then what I just tell you, follow the green candles. Look at the box. Look at the circle. Do you see any red candles? That means you can't short yet. You have to have a bearish candle close to reverse bearish from our box. Then the first bearish candle you get, just like the euro, it's above the box and it's back testing the box. So if you didn't even get into the long position, there's your entrance point right there. And now you are above our swing box. You are trending bullish. Look at our dashboard. Now you can see this is different. If you're an Ethereum trader, you are trending bullish. The green arrow tells you which way we're heading. And now we will look to continue having a monster move up for Ethereum. Live candles, not looking at hindsight. Less than 2 minutes from this bullish close on all three indices that we'll be looking for. Look at the bullish move now. This is what I was talking like. If you struggle, man, where candles tend to wick you out like crazy, but you have more reasons to hold because you believe your idea, look at the candles, guys, on the NQ. Look at them. Look at the bullishness move. Look how every one of these red candles or these wicks never close below the box during the New York session. And look at the blast off. Look at it. All those bullish confirmation candles on all three indices from 5-minute, 15-minute, 30-minute are all about to confirm in less than a minute. Look at all three of them now. Bullish, bullish, bullish. And we had that first opening short idea on the ES as well. Look at the dump on DXY. Look already to the next swing box on the euro. Even if you missed all of that on the euro right now, there's 15 pips just on that one single, how long ago? A minute? Less than a minute? The point is, like, look at the back test of the box. You don't have to wait for, like, the perfect, like, time frame to be, like, I only trade during this or only do that. Like, you can pop on, switch between assets, and that quickly you can see an idea. And like I told you, look at the note. No reason to go lower right now until below the box. Bullishness continues. And now look at the candle. It's not hindsight, folks. We know what the boxes should do. Price should reverse at them unless we don't get that candle confirmation close. And look at it. Waiting for these candles right here. There's that new candle. Every time frame now for our current members, every time frame, 5-minute, 15-minute, 30-minute, have confirmed bullish. Look at the 30-minute close above the box. So what happens now is as long as we hold the box, initial bots are selling. A lot of selling will happen because this is the first 30-minute close that the bots from the algorithm can take profit for those that use a 30-minute close. Again, as long as you hold this, we'll be looking for up on indexes. But just for our current members, this is what we're talking to you guys about, having really, really effective entrance strategies where you can go 5-minute, 15-minute, 30-minute, layer all three on the same asset, and now you see your multiple candle closes. If you're someone who wants to use a 5-minute, this is the way to use the 5-minute more effectively. And now you can see as we push the green, trying to get above the high and then continue to power up. There's a new high on the NQ. There you go. So I'm sure we'll get some type of consolidation, some stop hunts. As long as we hold this box, the NQ overall, we'll be targeting the next box higher. US 30, folks, it even came back to the entrance idea right there. You guys see this on the right side of your screen? All three bullish. This is why we talk about, we try not to, or we say we don't do this in hindsight. We try to do this live every day for members. Euro absolutely killing it. DXY absolutely getting murdered right now, which is totally okay. The more bearish DXY, and just again, if you guys don't join us, that's fine. We do this every day for our members, but I want to point out something, what I said to you, and you can go back and watch the stream. It'll be on the YouTube channel. I told you if DXY is flipping bearish and dropping, it's going to force the indexes to be slightly more bullish. But the euro will be bullish because it goes the opposite direction of DXY. If that's the only thing you get from this, I hope that helps you. We hope that it helps you. Let me delete. This is to let us know about the dashboards. And now, right now, for our current members, you are hitting the 2 line on the euro. So this is that last area before you would start to target the other side of the box on the euro, or to target the trending line for our members. Some of these things I'm not going to try to throw out to you new folks because it'll be a little confusion for you, and that's not the goal. This is why we teach it live, to help our members understand. But this is a hugely important line for our members, because if we close above that for the rest of the day on the euro, you'll look for higher prices. But we've still been able to catch the entire bullish trend upwards. Give me a second, I'm going to grab a drink so I don't destroy my throat. Din, I know you're helping members in the Discord. We got some of the greatest moderators around. We appreciate you. So like, we're on YouTube helping you guys. We have moderators helping our current members and you new folks. And then we also have our moderators and our experts inside of our Discord that are actively helping live too. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. It means a lot. I'm just trying now to check you guys on YouTube as well. James, or Jim, I know your name's different in Discord. Sorry for laughing. But Din's doing a really good job of answering your questions. Congrats, Rick. I'm glad for you, bud. Please have a look at oil if that person's still here. I'll look at a few alts as well. So let me real quick check oil, and then I'll check some altcoins. Oil. Oil's right here for that person that just asked. So yesterday, and again, you can check the receipts if you join us. We talked about going long on oil. I'm trying to see where the New York. Let me turn the companion on. This is the other good thing about the companion. It can really quickly tell me where the New York session is. Pop this bad boy on. We talked about right here going long on the, not here, right here, about going long on oil into the swing box. So from a swing perspective, pop this bad boy off now. For oil, this is where most retail traders are going to long like crazy. This is a bearish reversal box. When you get your bearish candle, and then just to show you how different the system is, guys, and I'll do this really quickly because I know you want to see the other stuff, but there's your first bearish candle. You notice that bearish candle closed when we hit a box, not after it already flipped a box. And then so here's your change of character right there at the top. And then you can see this huge drop, and it comes right back down to the next part of our swing system. There was some type of news event earlier in London that causes a wick like this to happen, and now you have flipped our first level of our swing boxes back to being bullish. So oil will continue to look to come to this box until you close lower. So we'll be bullish on oil till it closes below the box. And then some of our members, I know you guys, again, Ethereum continuing to put in green candles. I think somebody was talking about OP. I can pop that up real quick. Just to show you, doesn't matter the asset. Man, that is gorgeous. Now I know why you wanted me to look. So I get excited, man, because the system's so dang good. Like, look, it's not hindsight, folks. People are asking me about random coins. Doesn't matter. This is crypto. Look at this. Look at your eyes to the circles. You see this wick? You see the candle doesn't close below the box? There's your bullish candle close after that liquidity is taken. This is our swing system. Literally goes from swing box to swing box. People think you have to wait forever to get to a swing. This is the next day. Not even in 24 hours, you got a move that's now pushed up. It almost looks like a 25% candle. Yep, 22% in a day. You're up. But even if you didn't get the initial long right here, guys, look at this. A circle. Oh my goodness. Look at this. Look at the second circle. For some reason you're sleeping, which we do. You missed that first initial bullish move up. It comes and back tests. The algorithm puts this in the day box. This is where you should look for daily bullish reversals. Look how every single candle does not close below the box from the algorithm. And boom, blast off. Straight up. And then you wake up today and you're looking for candles to now flip bearish to go short, and there's no reason to. Bullish candles break out. You get your first bearish candle, but you've now flipped the box already to being bullish. And now, look at the dashboard as we try to help members. Look, bullish. See the green arrow? So easy to forget. This is what, again, why we do the live streams, to help from a nuanced perspective. Up, up, up. And now, if you're a crypto trader where you're getting always told to hodl or always being told the wrong direction to go, now you can catch 22% in a day. A day. No leverage needed. Don't let the markets extract money from you quickly. And OP, if you are still an OP trader, this is where the bots will take profit. It's the opposite swing box that we had down here, right there. So when these candles on OP close above the box, you'll look for price to close higher. I can see the indexes are struggling just a smidgen up here up top right now. US 30 long idea is still holding. NQ still super consolidating right here at the top of the box. And then ES, folks, we talked earlier, when you lose this box, you then flip your mentality to being short again. US 30 is still going great on the right side of your screen. As we'll keep watching that. Oil still holding. Let me make this smaller to see gold and silver. See that rejection on gold and silver, by the way, we talked about earlier? That initial long idea on... Oh, wrong asset. Sorry, that's oil. That initial long idea on silver here, that was the long idea given. And then you see, this is what people miss. And I'll just write the note. I feel like I should write it so people don't have to forget. We said earlier, when we close above here, that is where bullishness will continue, if I can spell it right, to the next box. Right there. You see how price came up exactly to the take profit area that we designed, and then now price sells off. And this is a place where we would call it a no zone. This is the only you would be looking for reasons to short or to do nothing. Once price closes above here, that's where it goes long. I don't look to long here. I don't care that it filled this fair value gap, because there's another fair value gap right here. I want the fair value gaps to get filled in boxes. This is of no interest to me right now for it to long right off at that. And if that's the case, I can look at other assets in our system to find a better play. Note that we're still holding this line on, what's it called? ES, folks. And I just want to point your guys' eyes to this, because I know it's hard to accept, but we're trying to show you it's not hindsight. Look at the play on US 30, and on the live stream, live, there is a new high put in. And the stop was never taken, because this is the entrance point, and this candle never got to the entrance point. And there's another new high. We'll just keep watching it go up, up, and away. This is the stuff we talk about, that we're trying to show you how we move with markets live, and we try to predict them before it happens. We have criteria for when we want to come in and when we want to go out. We develop new entrance strategies with our members to try to show them new ways to get in and out of markets, because that's, I think, one of the hardest part is to have an entry strategy. And as I just keep talking, you're watching it put in higher candle after higher candle. It's 30 handles now, by the way, right? My math is correct. Reading that. Yep, 31 handles, 120 ticks. 32 handles, trying to complete this 5RR, or 5R, however you want to call it. At the same time, NQ still struggling. ES is still at the entrance criteria thing. This is the NQ telling us that stay away from me. And I mean that, folks. When we do this live for our members, we're trying to identify key areas where prices are reacting the way we want. And the NQ is not playing ball. So don't play the NQ. If you're someone who says, I must trade that asset, you are going to put yourself in a world of hurt if you're taught that you should only play a single asset. Because while those people will sit there, people do this like in stocks with Tesla. Like, I'm only going to trade Tesla, one of the most volatile stocks out there, because they think they can win a lot really quickly. But it goes both ways. You can lose a lot real quickly. And meanwhile, while they do that now, we've gone up for how many? The entrance area was perfect, by the way. 37 handles. And if you move your stop up, that's a 7.5 to 1. And give me 1 second. Watch this as this continues to go up for US 30. I'll be right back. And as you can see live on stream, we have now gotten to the box right there. That's 45 handles, no stop hunt, straight up. And I just want to point out how it's so easy to be missed, guys. I know I'm zooming in a lot, but I want to show you the power of the live stream that we offer. This comes with the indicator because we are here to help. Look at this. You see this nasty wick right here? I'll zoom out even more. I know I'm super zoomed in, but it's intentional. You see this crazy wick right here? And you call it crazy, whatever you want. But that's 12 handles. 12 points, whatever you want to categorize them, whatever you're using, MetaTrader, NinjaTrader, you name it. I showed you how to avoid that by putting my entrance criteria specifically on US 30 higher because of where the opens are. We still, regardless, perfectly closed above, accepted into our box, and back tested it from a bullish perspective, and then look at the results. But the goal is to show people how to create a much more controlled entry model. It's so easy to say the boxes work because they do, but people are still going to struggle with how to enter markets. And that's what we're trying to do. We've heard the feedback from our members, and we're going to continue to do that. We are not a buy-sell indicator. We're not going to print a buy-sell button. It's going to be delayed. It's going to repaint, and we don't operate like that. This is why we do this live. And look what's happening. For all our current members, what is US 30 doing right now? What are you guys seeing happen? Look at that. Look. Live, not hindsight. What's happening? And right now, you guys are watching the bots, the algorithm that we try to operate on, smacks into our take profit area, and look what happens. So when most retail traders are going to long, what have you guys learned from our system? You do not look for price to go higher till it gets accepted in the box with the candle color you want as a close. All those retail traders who just went long now are absolutely destroyed. That's why we showed an entry model down here for over 45 handles straight up, no stop. And then where those people are going to long the absolute top, they've been waiting 45 minutes to get in market, they get absolutely destroyed. We all know they're not going to get filled even here. They're getting filled up here with the spreads. And now the market makers know how far to push them down to take them out of their position. And that's what we see happen day in and day out. It's just everyone always wants to always say, do it live, do it live. We do this live, man. You'll see that the NQ and ES are probably getting beat up too. Look at the, oh my goodness, look at the NQ, straight. And again, the bots do this intentionally, guys. You'll hear me say the word bots over and over because the biggest traders in the world, we're talking about the people who have 9 figures in their account. We're talking about hedge funds. They're not operating 9 figures off of one person, okay, moving around markets. They're using bots. They're buying off the algorithm. They are buying and selling off candle closes from something that's automatically put in the system. I want to point your eyes to how they closed the candle right at the very end of that candle. They closed it in the box. And look at the buy now. Because what happens, retail traders, after getting destroyed on that single candle, they're going to short the very bottom because they already lost on that long. So when they short the very bottom, as long as the bots continue to keep the price closed in the box, it'll be a push up for them. And then now, once it closes below the box, we can look to go lower. It's predictive, not random. Most people, because of how you've been wronged by other indicators or other buy and sell signal services, which we are not, that's usually the terminology we hear from people and we see on the socials. I get it, man. That's not what we're here to do. But watching for this to hold now, watching for the E, and the ES is at a no zone. I mean, the shorts worked great. If you took a short from the box, I did not. I told you my bags right now, I'm watching on US 30. The long idea fully played out, hitting the next box higher. As you can see, these two boxes, they are stacked on each other right here. And now price is absolutely crumbling on US 30 live. Note what I was talking to you folks, any Forex traders on the Euro, this line right here, like I was telling you guys, when we close above that line, that will be the rocket ship to get us up to the top side of the box and to the 4 line for our current members. This is where the Euro will struggle the most. Once it closes above that line, now we can target the next one higher. Where we put our lines in our boxes matter. And now, something I want to note for all of you is the DXY and the Euro are once again at the opposite ends of our system, which you want. That's a confluence building tool. That when the DXY starts to push up here, this is exactly where you want the Euro to start to push down. Look at gold playing out fully. Now to the other side of the box. We flipped this box. If you're a New York session trader, I want to just show you how specific our system is. Let's say you only trade New York. I'll show you what I mean. You only trade the New York session because that's the only time you're in the market. You don't care what the other sessions do. I want to show you what the system did when this populates here. Just a second. Lots of data. I have too many charts open. Let me flip back over this while I wait. US 30, look at the sell from the box. And now ES, you have a 5-minute candle confirmation. Sorry, 15-minute candle confirmation close now. Below this. This is that target we talked about earlier. This is the scalp target for those that are just joining us on stream. You guys see the yellow line running across? This is that scalp target I told you about. This is what you see in our socials. We tell you that when you get a candle close below that scalp target, which is this blue line running across, we had an 87% chance to clear it earlier today, and it did. And now you're getting that close below. It'll look to target the next box lower as we go. Let me pop back over to gold, folks. So right here, as I get rid of those out of the way, you see the circle right here? This is also... I get excited when I see it. I apologize. Because, man, like, we've tried hard on this system. We've tried hard to help people. We're not trying to be like everybody else. Look, this, you see this right here? You see this right here? This is the silver bullet session. New York opened right here with this crazy wick of a candle. We talked about it earlier. Holds the open, holds our box. Then you see the first candle close. Look what the silver bullet session does, guys. If you're an ICT trader and you struggle to see where the silver bullets are going to go, that silver bullet session opened above our box. That means we target the next box higher. But the silver bullet session, when it opens, it back tests our box. So if you're a silver bullet trader and now you're looking for reasons to get into a long position, there's the perfect reason to get into a long idea. And then you target straight up, minimal stop control. And now you go straight to the next box higher. and you do not look to reverse price in this box bearish, even though it's above you. This is, our socials would show you this, until you close bearish. It is bullish. It has to close bearish to get a bearish move. Again, predictive. If you're someone who uses those silver bullet sessions, or you're somebody who's going to use ICT concepts, smart money concepts, and you want to use that, our system helps you find those ideas of the directional move that it's going to do. Those techniques are extremely hard to replicate. They're great techniques. Most people can't do them. That's why we tell you guys we use higher time frame confirmations, because most people cannot trade on the 1 minute. They cannot trade on the 3 minute. Look at the short from this box on what's it called? US 30, folks. NQ, folks, you're still holding our box. We'll look for reasons to go lower when it closes below. Also, we put this high in during the silver bullet session for you US 30, folks. And now lose this box and it's down, down, down. Notice the ES, folks. You are below that silver bullet. You've rejected from the box and now looking for this to happen overall. If you're someone who struggles to flip your bias very quickly, this system will help you, because the boxes tell you when to flip your bias. Forex, folks, we're kind of staying stagnant. Gold is now pushed up to the top side of the box. Full view is played out. When you close above here, we can look to push higher. Silver, we talked about it earlier with this. Oil, you're still in the same spot. Crypto's still going absolutely berserk from the bullish perspective. From the system, you are trending bullish from our arrows. I'm going to still stick, by the way, see if it'll still show that position. Let me go backwards in time. There it is. Let's say you missed that first entrance idea. You see right here, we already got to the position idea and it stopped out. Let me make the position idea smaller. Say you missed it. So there's that take profit. You see how that entrance criteria, I'm just going to copy and paste it. And now price comes back down into that idea for a second time. I'm trying to not overlay it. You see what I'm talking about? And then once it comes back down in here, once it gets back above, that can be your entrance criteria. And now you can move in between boxes if that's something you want to do. If you're someone who likes to be on 5 minutes or smaller. But if not, use the confirmation candle closes. You can flip on to a 15 minute. Is there a bearish candle close? Not yet. The bearish candle would have to close in the next 6 minutes. Is there a bearish candle close on a 30 minute? There is not a bearish candle close yet. So there's still reasons to be bullish on the indexes if you can use time frame closes to help you. Look at, oops, sorry. Just to show you guys the power, if you're someone who does use bigger time frame candles but still struggles, go back on our stream, go earlier, guys. I know there's a lot of information in this. I get it. Look at the circle. 30-minute candles. The boxes are still in the same place. I told you guys when we get a 30-minute candle accepted into the box, there's your bullish move. Straight to target. And where everyone's going to get overly bearish right now, there still is no reason to be overly bearish until this candle closes bearish. And then the bigger confirmation would be closing below the box to now target the next box lower. This helps me avoid consolidation. I can go look at another asset until this one closes below here. That's something a lot of people can't do in markets because they're so fixated on a single asset and making it work. The gurus and the people you see and you learn from, you tend to struggle to replicate what they do because you try to force an asset to do what they're doing. Instead, we can flip around. The boxes stay the same. The time frame confirmations can change based off of what time frame you like. Just like I'm sure the 1 minute, you're going to look, the entrance, look at our 1 minute, by the way. Look. You're going to see this is perfectly our boxes stacked on top of each other in a second. There you go. There's the bearish candle on a 1 minute. Boom, there's your short from a 1 minute time frame. If there were reasons that you were looking to short up here, our boxes are there before price gets there. Now, when you get that bearish candle close, if you want to operate on a 1 minute, sure. You can do that. We have members inside our Discord that have funding challenges completed, and they use 1 minute candles. We don't teach that because most retail traders, when they start to enter into markets, they're taught to use smaller candles, and instead we try to build a confluence building tool off bigger candles first. Then you can zoom in for those sniper entrances so you can have tight stops so you can save your funding challenges. You see how, like, as I go from time frame to time frame, the candles get greener and greener? You see that? This is why we talk about the system helps you from a bigger time frame confirmation. We're not talking about 4-hour candles or 1-hour candles. You'll see like a lot of other indicators out there, and people try to use their system. They'll use momentum candles, or they'll switch the candles to be, what's it called? I can't pronounce it correctly. This thingy. Where's you at? Where you at? Come on, brain. High Kanishi candles shows the momentum better. And they'll use those, but they'll show you it like on a 4-hour or a daily time frame. So it looks like you would have had a sweet swing long for like 3 million points, but it's unrealistic because most traders can't hold a position longer than a day. So it's unrealistic. That's why we do this live every day. Look at the bullish move continuing, by the way. That's something you guys got to think about. Is we try to be real, unlike what most other people are talking about. This is why we talk about we are for education and entertainment purposes only. Most other people, they will trick you with the candles they're showing. They will show you that I have an 87% win rate and absolutely had a 900% return. It's not true. They can't reproduce that, but it tricks the retail trader that you should be building an education and a predictive system. You see how this candle pushed down and everybody probably got nervous that, look, your system's not going to work and now we're going to be bearish. We're about to put in a new high. This is why sometimes my members know, or our members know this, I monologue every now and then to try to help them not form opinions that the markets will take advantage of because people can't hold something longer than 5 minutes. But back to and now we're tapping the box for a second time. As I'm trying to speak to some of you retail traders, regardless of whose concepts you're trying to learn or indicators you've used, like the point is to try to be predictive and learn how to use predictive structures that we're showing members, not using something that's just going to print a buy or sell signal and then you keep doing it and then you keep losing because the signal repaints. This is again why we do this live, to try to help people. Euro's still holding that green bullish position, DXY putting in a new low until this, if I need to write the note, you can see it down here, but just a second note, until we close bearish, there is no reason to be bearish. Now listen, this statement I think can be taken like, well, that's obvious. No, it's not. Especially if you're a retail trader. You see this push down right here? Retail traders are taught, well, there's your bearishness. Now we're going to flip. I'm going to beat that sell signal and I'm going to get this monster snipe short on the euro. Instead, the euro puts in a new high. This is why we teach our members until we close bearish, there is no reason to be bearish. Just like there's no reason to be bullish, as you guys saw earlier in the stream. Sorry, let me zoom out. We're getting there. I apologize. There's no reason to close. Sorry, I don't know why I'm zooming out like crazy. There is no reason to be bullish till you get bullish candle closes in a box. And then you see the play out. And those of you, like, I think you're on the live stream now. Jenna, I think you just joined. Welcome to the group. You can still see the live stream like on YouTube that I'm on. I'm getting ready to hop off here soon, guys. So any last minute questions I'll answer for about 5 or 6 minutes. We've been on now for an hour and 15 minutes. So I'm going to pop off. So questions that you guys have, please ask now so I can assist. And then I'll jump off. And then Jenna, if I don't get you added, our members will get you added. Our mods. So no worries. Look at gold, man. Look at gold and silver. Look at that. Look. Man. Predictive, guys. We call this a True Algo. Again, our name, True Algo. Check this out. 180. Let me put the note. True Algo 180. When you go from box to box in the same system in the same day. Look at the bullish reverse today. Look at what happens. I told you guys on silver. We said earlier when we close above here, and look at the bots immediately turning red on that candle. And the algorithm, by the way, does this all the time. It stops right when you hit the candle close. They always operate right before the candle closes. You see that move, man? And now it's a bullish candle close in the box. There is no reason to be bearish until the candle closes bearish. All the red right now you're seeing is these bots taking profit on that position upwards. It's not retail traders short. Retail traders won't short right away. Retail traders go the same color of the candle. So right here, this initial red is just the bots taking profit on their long positions. That we've guided up now. That is 300 points on silver. 300, folks. This is 300. Look to the right side of your screen. 300 points. Gold, bullish close now above. Looking for gold to try to complete this 180 as well as if it can get up to here. Oil's still holding its bullishness, though it's pretty much have stayed in the same spot during this New York session. Absolutely gorgeous. Look at DXY continuing to get destroyed, and look at the euro. Until we close bearish, there's no reason to be bearish. For everyone that's been here on this live stream, we've started the live stream here. Look how far the euro's up. Look at the notes that we put as price goes up. I know some of you guys, you use those other people's terminologies to help you, and they're great. But you always take profit too early. You always stop your trades too early. Look, the note has been here. It has not changed since the stream has started on the euro. No reason to go lower right now until we close below the boxes. Bullishness will continue. Look at the candles. Gold absolutely going for it. Silver putting in a new high. Another new high as I'm talking. This is also still during the silver bullet. Gorgeous, man. And US 30 is still continuing to tap right into the top of our box. Not the top. Tapping into the day box. Stacked inside the swing box. All right, I'm going to check if you guys have anything else in chat. And then I'm going to head off. So Gareth, I'm not sure if you're still in here. You're asking, does the US 30 give a take profit on the chart? We show you in our instructions, just like on this live stream, how we would navigate the take profit ideas. So guys, watch this. I'm not sure if Gareth's still here, but if he's not, it's okay. I'm going to go to scalp mode instead of to the full mode so you have less box ideas. The scalp mode's going to get rid of the swing boxes, this bigger box. So right here was the two position ideas I gave, but it's because of the swing box. And now Gareth or anyone's asking, well, where's the take profit idea? If you go back in the stream, you'll see the full take profit that I did earlier would be the top of the box, offering 70 points straight up. And we'll get there here in a little bit. But when you're using our system, you can, when you have boxes, you can start to go and see, okay, this right here is a 3.5 to 1. That's great. This right here, if I hold out, it's a 5, almost a 6 to 1. If you're someone who uses 6 to 1s or 8 to 1s, there you go. The biggest I always say the biggest. A big mistake that retail traders make for their take profit ideas, they'll do something like this, which is terrible. They don't realize when you have much smaller stop loss ideas, you lose more trades, but you manage risk. If you're a funding challenge, you have to manage risk. This means I can win one trade and then lose the next 4, and I'll still be break even. That means I have a 20% win rate. But guess what? I'm still profitable. So, Gareth, you're asking where's the take profit? I didn't do this randomly. If you go back, you'll see it now that like the first take profit idea was here, and then I slid down here as the probable idea. And this is something I would look to do because it's almost a 4 to 1. And then we had the entrance, and now the full take profit would be here. Now listen, look where these entrances are. And now watch when I put the full mode back on. So instead of being on scalp mode, I'll do full. What the full mode does is it adds our swing system. So from a swing perspective, if you close bullish in a swing box, that's very strong. And we teach this. So look, here's the swing box. You see how it's layered on top of it? Right here is where I gave the long idea. I gave the long idea because look at the swing system right here. In the New York volatility, flipping the box to bullish support. And then you can see that like this was the first idea. I'm stopping at this box, not doing this. Even though it's going to feel great because it's so much higher up, it's
a higher probability, we teach this to members, that the bots are going to sell when it gets to our box. Look at it live still. No hindsight, guys. You're watching price still stop at our box layered on top of each other. The reason why you guys see this extra like coloring here is this is the swing system. Look, the box still goes. The box was absolutely amazing earlier yesterday. But that's how you can start to form opinions of reversals, and you're seeing it still live happen. That we cannot break this daily box, and it's going to continue to offer scalp shorts while we already have scalp longs into it. So you can play both ways of the market simultaneously, or take profits on your position and don't hold it forever. Hope that helps, Gareth. You're welcome. Thoughts on BTC? I'll check it for you in a second, Nate. I'm just checking real quick. So before I flip over, Nate, what are my thoughts? This isn't Bitcoin right here. This is OP. This is Ethereum and this is Tether. I can tell you before I flip to Bitcoin, it's bullish for the day. Even if it's at the box or really close to it because of where Tether is at and where Ethereum is at. The box, I bet, is right under here. Yep. So, Nate, we've already had a perfect bearish reversal from here. It's very simple for me, the way I'll view Bitcoin for the rest of today. And I'll draw it out. When you get a close below this box, Nate, or into that, then I'll look to go lower. This is not an area to short. Right now, this is an area to look to go higher. Simply just using the boxes. Or you can wait for a close slightly higher than this box, and then you can push up. So really quickly, again, you can flip to whatever asset you want, and you follow our box-to-box mentality, and then you can find entrance criteria. So for me, close above this little box here, I push into the box higher. If I want to go short, I can't short this. I have to wait till it closes below, and I flip to another asset. Instead, just look at Ethereum and stop worrying about Bitcoin, and now just go up, 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 up. We are trending. Let me move the arrow because it got moved just now. We are trending. See the arrow right here? Bullish on a day. There's no reason to fight shorting right now. Ethereum just looks great. All right, folks. This was all for demo trading, education, entertainment purposes. I hope these ideas and stuff help you. Come join us over at our Discord. Our Discord's in our bio, or just literally let me type it out for you guys so it's easy to find. If I can find the right. I don't always have the text tool saved. So there it goes. I mean, it's right here, but just, again, check us out. Our Discord side is free. And just simply go to discord.gg/True Algo. And that'll take you right there. It's also on all our socials, all our website. Simply go here. Ask questions. We're in our Discord almost 24/7 to assist you. And yeah, man, come ask questions. If you want to do something live, if you want to take this stuff more serious, if you want to stop operating in hindsight, if you want to stop playing with sell signals and buy signals that always repaint and are delayed, just come over here and try to start doing things live and be more serious with this. Start investing in yourself, because we are here for education and entertainment purposes only. And we are here to help you learn about markets in a much different way than what we've seen issues with everything else. That's the rest of everything I have. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Thank you for joining me today. And if you have any questions, come check us out on Discord until the next live stream that we do for the public. Thanks, guys.